How we doing, my friends? It's another one of these editions of It Is What It Is, brought to you by yours truly, me. And we're touching base on a video that was sent to me of two guys getting in a fight. And they told me, well, one of them threw a bunch of punches but didn't do any damage. So I studied the video, and you guys can study it. I'll put it up here real quick. It'll be right there. And as you can see, one of them throws 9 punches and the other one throws 4 punches. The difference with the punches that are thrown is one is punching in a flicking manner, this way, with a lot of people want to fight and they think this is an effective punch. It's not, okay? And where he's striking, it's like if I'm striking my chest, pounding it like a gorilla, he's hitting him so many times in the skull, that's not going to do anything to it. Hitting him in the back, you're not going to do any damage with you punching in this manner, hitting with this portion, okay? On the contrary, the other guy throws two punches. The second one, aligned, right in the jaw, like I've told people before, the person goes down for the count. Very simple. It's how you position your fists. A long time ago, a lot of kids, I don't know if you've ever gotten in a street fight or not, a lot of guys would come up to you and goes, I box, and they'll lift up that little pinky, and they'll do this kind of thing, and they'll wave their hands around. Number one, that just tells me that guy couldn't fight his way out of a wet paper bag, was probably mentally masturbating on knowing how to fight. But you had a lot of those kids come up to you and they'll do this motion. I had a student of my uncle's that was a street fighter, was very, very effective. His name was Lupe, and I was about 14 years old, had gotten the scruffle, and he comes up to me and he goes, listen, if somebody comes up to you and raises his fist, and number one, raises that little pinky up that way, goes punch him right in the middle of the mouth. They're going to go right away. They're going to know that either they're in the fight, they're not no longer going to want to be in the fight. And I've always kept that in my mind. And it goes, those people don't know how to fight. Okay? So either you're going to throw the punch or you're not. And the street's very different. The street's very bad. The street's very cruel. Street fighting, I don't condone, but you need to know how to do that. And if you're going to be training in martial arts, any type of pugilism, you better understand that there's the academic route and there's the reality route of what's in the street. Some things that work in the ring do not work in the street, okay? Things that work in the street do not cross over in the ring. So understand that. But me as a teacher, me as a professor, like I was taught by my professor, you have to teach everything in the line and you have to walk the line in the middle. I have to teach you all the stuff that's for the ring. Then I have to teach you the stuff of that, which is bad ring element, for you to recognize it, for you to be able to defend it. Because if you do not know it, you do not recognize it, you're not going to defend with it, right? And then the same thing goes from the ring to the academic martial art to the street art. There's fine lines. There's 3 different dividends. And you have to understand that. Street fighting I don't condone, but I also don't condone cowardness. So back to the initial way of hitting and striking. Learn how to strike. Learn how to punch. This is not going to do anything. And believe me, people say, well, maybe they don't know how to fight. The majority of kids right now in the United States are in some type of sports. And the majority of those kids, whether they're in sports like baseball, basketball, what have you, are in some type of martial art. Now, a lot of martial arts around here in Laredo, some schools are teaching people to punch with their thumb inside. That's going to break their hand. I've had countless students come in from all ages. This one particular school is teaching people how to punch with their thumb inside their hand. They're going to break their hand. So only because you go into martial arts, only because you train in martial arts, you have to pick the school that you want to go to and train for whatever reason. If you want it for a hobby, fine. If you want it for the ring, fine. If you want it for the street, it's a different entity. Now, what I'm going to say is the following. When you train, learn to train how to hit correctly, because that hitting correctly is what's going to cause damage. and it can cause damage to the person. If I want to hit you, I want to stop your intent of hitting me. Understand? Now, what I saw wrong in that picture, the guy goes to the ground, he continues hitting him on top. Now, you can get hurt. Everybody was in a film. Things like that occur all the time. You're going to get shoe shined, but don't go to the ground because you open yourself up to the third person that might have come in. Right in there wasn't any. The guy got lucky, but if the other guy's friend had a friend, I guarantee you that other guy would have been laying on the ground as well. So in this video, striking, punching, learn how to strike and punch correctly. Guys, you guys have a good weekend. You all stay safe, be safe. Until next time, God bless.